just to get out there. The time is now. Born in Toronto, Canada, and raised in the United States, Taylor's passion for making a positive impact in the world began early on. However, he felt deeply inspired to become a motivational speaker. Ultimately, he is on a mission to help as many people in order to become their best versions. For over 2 decades, Taylor proudly serves as a security expert at the Pentagon and National Security Agency, NSA, and spent nearly a decade in the U.S. Army. Taylor speaks locally and internationally. He was also a former host of the TV broadcast Hope for the Soul. Oh, I want to hear more about that one. I got to remember to ask you about that. I love that, Hope for the Soul. Because we have souls in here today.
Right.
Soul, spirits, minds. So I'm going to move right into this interview. And I'm going to start with, first of all, tell me why motivational speaking? Because there's different type of speaking and everybody got their own niche, but why motivational and inspirational speaking?
Right. Well, the thing is that so for me, I love to talk, right?
Okay.
That's something that I was born with, right?
Okay.
And so people started pointing out to me that, wow, you're very positive. You're very motivational. And so it's not so much me saying I'm a motivational speaker and this is what I want to do, which this is my passion, but people started telling me what my gifts were.
Right.
Right. And so that's why I went with motivational speaker. Now I can say, well, I'm inspirational, because sometimes we get caught up. Am I motivational or am I inspirational?
Right.
People see me more as a motivational speaker than a inspirational. So guess what? It's ultimately my choice to choose, but you choose what the people see you as, because that's the need, right? Because you're serving people, right?
Right.
Not saying that I'm doing what people tell me to do, but if the masses see you as this provider,
right,
it's just simple, right? You provide as the people see you as.
Right.
So that's why I went with motivational speaker.
Okay, that's awesome.
Just to uplift and build people.
And they do go hand in hand, because people become inspired by your motivation. They go hand in hand. They're so awesome. So I want you to tell us how you found your why. How did you move into that? And like you mentioned some of it, people started pointing it out, and you love to talk. But what made you launch into turning into a speaking business or motivational speaking business?
Right. Well, it all started when I was in the federal government and I was just working a 9-to-5 job. And it was just something that I knew I had a bigger purpose. I just didn't know what that purpose was. Right. So that was my time where I'm searching, and I'm coming no answers.
Right.
Right. And so it just got to a point where I just wasn't happy with what I was doing.
All right.
That's just the bottom line. It was like my back was against the wall and I had to make a decision. It's either I'm going to just work the 9-to-5 until I retire and, just say, wow, I know it was something for me to do, but I just never took the opportunity to go after it, or go after it, then go all in. So that's what I did. I went after it and I went all in.
Right.
But the steps for me to do that it was literally, and I share this story all the time, it was a voice that spoke to me.
Right.
It was a voice that spoke to me and told me that I need to relocate, which was kind of odd, right, to me. But I on the voice, and I tried to do some research, and it wasn't panning out for me. The research wasn't what I wanted, and so I gave up. And see, a lot of people don't know that story, right? I gave up on it. I said, you know what? It's too hard. It's not working. It was a great dream, great fantasy. So let me quit. And then 30 days later, that voice came again. And I did the research again, and I just went all in. I didn't find anything, to be honest, when I did the research, but I still moved. I moved on faith. I moved on hope. I moved on belief. And look where I am today, right? And so it got to a point where I just was unhappy with where I was at in life. And the thing is, sometimes you can get unhappy with life and then make the change, or you could notice that there's something else and make the change before. I would have preferred to make the change before.
Okay.
But that pressure wasn't on me. I didn't feel that pressure at that time.
Okay.
I wish I would have made the change before, because it would have been so much easier, right?
Right.
I wouldn't have to have gone down this path.
Wow. Okay. And I definitely want you to move into the reason why you say it's not rocket science. I'm sure at some point you must have found out it's not as hard as you thought it was with all the research. But you had to get started to come to that conclusion and be able to help somebody else understand it. And that's part of your purpose. You do motivational speaking, but you'll help other people kind of speed up the process. You're like a catalyst for them, because all the work you had to put in, now it's like, oh, I can just do A, B, C, and D, when you done did 1 to 100. I love it. Oh my gosh. And I like the transparency that sometimes you do become discouraged and you want to quit. That's just real. You would talk about keeping it real. And we talked about it earlier. You just get tired. You're like, I can't do this. It's too much. You start thinking about what might not pan out, and you just like forget it and throw in a towel. And then people have done that and restarted it. You know, you got tired of, you wasn't happy. So that kind of motivated you. I got to try this. I don't want to die not having done something, something that I want to do. So that is so great, because I'm sure when you doing what you're doing, it makes you feel good, a sense of satisfaction.
Yeah. It's the feeling that's on the inside. I can't even explain it. When you're walking in your calling or your purpose,
yes,
it's the feeling is so unreal. It's like you're in heaven. It's like you're in paradise. It's like you're floating on air, because you're going. For those that believe in law of attraction in the universe, it's like you're going in a ram, right? That it's nonstop. It's like a straight flow, and nothing can stop it. That's the feeling that I have every time when I'm speaking to someone, or a group or an audience of people. I just feel so alive.
Yeah.
And you know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? With me, this started back when I was about 15 years old.
Okay.
15 years old. I had an opportunity to speak at the jails.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
It was with my youth group, and I spoke at the jails. And when I spoke at the jails, that was my first taste of my purpose. Awesome. And when I felt that, I can honestly say, when I tasted that taste, I felt like I was unstoppable.
Wow.
And I've never felt that way ever since. So that taste told me that this was my purpose and where I should be, and nothing else is going to satisfy me. And that's what's my life. Nothing else in life satisfied me. Every job I had did not satisfy me. When I mastered the job, I got bored and I was ready to leave.
Right. I understand that.
Right. Now, sometimes, yes, the workforce do pay our bills. It takes care of family, and I completely understand that. But you have to make up in your mind when you're going to do that transition. Are you going to do it both? Some people like to work and to do their passion.
Right.
And it's fine. If you want to have a 9-to-5 job and do your passion on the side, perfectly fine.
Exactly.
If you want to completely do that transition, that's perfectly fine too. So it's whatever you decide to do, is it? But the only thing that I have to say is do something.
Right. Yeah, I say that some people are in their passion, in their dream career. They have a position they love, but they maybe want to do something on the side, whether it's a side hustle, it can be a cause, it can be a business, ministry, whatever. But I know that, God built us like that. We have multiplicity of so many things and so many aspects, and I believe people are happier when they're doing those things, when they're serving in other capacities and things that they love to do. What are their strengths? And it's so awesome that you mentioned about something that you mentioned made me want to ask you something. It'll come back to me. It left my mind. But the steps that you took, I want you to explain why you say it's not rocket science.
Yeah, so it's very simple now looking back.
Right.
Which is a wonderful thing, because now I'm at a level where I can go back and help people where I was.
Oh, I remember now. Yes, go ahead.
And so there's few things that's not rocket science. It's rocket science. Say, for instance, you want to be a speaker like myself. Okay,
right.
There's few things that you have to do. First of all, you have to have the vision. Okay, what is your vision? Where you're trying to go? It's almost like having goals. So I'm going to use two things simultaneously, right? So your vision is your goals. Okay, and so the vision is the big picture, right? The vision is not the small picture. It's the end. It's what is your end goal? My end goal is to do motivational speaking and touch billions of people. Okay, great. So have that. That is your vision. You have your vision. Now, once you have your vision, how are you going to do that, right? So now it's the planning stage, right? So yes, I have my vision. Now I need to plan. Okay, so what do I need to do? Well, number one, I need to surround myself around other speakers. Okay? Whether is you're surrounding yourself in person or whether you're surrounding yourself around social media, but you got to get around people that are doing the same thing you want to do, right? They always say, be around the individual that you want to become, right? And so, and the reason why we say be around people that you want to become is because some of their teachings is going to rub off on you. It's going to help you along the way. You're going to see the mistakes that they have done, and they're going to share things with you that they're not going to charge you, right? Because if you're their friend, right, and they take under their wing, they're not going to charge you for a lot of this stuff, right? And so you got to do that. Then they have other stuff that you can do to also sharpen those areas. Sharpen those areas. You have Toastmasters, right? Toastmasters is a great teaching tool if you're scared to go in front of people, but you want to be around other people that want to publicly speak. Toastmasters is a great tool and a great opportunity, and it could take you places, right? The more you speak, the levels that you climb, the competitions that you attend, the awards that you get to travel. It's a great opportunity. TED Talks. TED Talks is another great opportunity. You have TED Talks on your resume or you have it on your website. That looks amazing, right? So there's few things. Also, we have the number one power tool that I love so much is Google. Google is a great power tool to get started. What all do you need? You can ask Google anything. You could say Google's for dummies motivational speaking and something will, right? And so these are the things. Now, we have to understand if you don't have the passion for this, but you want to just do it to make money in the wrong profession, okay? Because it's only going to last but so long. People, it's just like being a salesperson, right? Yes. If you're a great salesperson, you'll be able to convince the folks, right? If you're a great speaker and you're passionate and your story is believable, you're going to be able to convince the audience. But if you're not believable and you're just doing this for money, people are going to see right through you, right? So we have the vision, we have the different tools. Now we're strategizing, right? Our end goal. We all compass that. Then you have belief, right? So you have your vision. Now you're going into your belief. Now you have to believe everything that you've just put together. Right. Is this going to work? Right? We want to make sure that this is going to work, right? So you already surround yourself around other speakers, right? You already did your research. You got to read books also. I didn't want to leave that out. You have to read books. The more books you read, the more information you have inside of you, and the more you can draw when it comes time to speaking, right? So you want to make sure you're reading. You want to make sure that you're on the internet. You've seen what other speakers are doing, right? You're getting new and fresh ideas, right? Entrepreneurs, speakers, people that's doing their passion never sleeps. Your passion runs through your mind 24/7. You eat, breathe, sleep your passion, okay? If you're sleeping, then you're you're failing. And don't take it the wrong way. We do need the proper time to rest, to exercise and all that. But if you have this burning desire for whatever passion you have, you shouldn't be sleeping. You should be tweaking your resume, tweaking your website. You should be tweaking your speaking. I speak every single day, whether I'm speaking to an audience or not. I'm going I'm going down the escalator. I'm speaking a message, and I'm speaking it raw.
Got
This
you.
is not rehearsed. This is not, I'm speaking it raw. I love what I do so much. I believe what I do so much. And that's the key word, right? Believe.
Right.
You
Right.
gotta believe in yourself, or no one else is gonna believe in you. Okay.
Right.
So you have your vision, you have your belief. Now you're gonna do your action, right? Now it's time to take action. What does that mean? Well, now you have visionize that you are a speaker, right? This is where you want to go. You have did the research, you have put paper, you have surround yourself around other people. Now you want to put all that stuff into action. How do I get speaking gigs is the next thing. How do I put myself out there? Well, you already going to networking conferences, right? Seminars. You are on LinkedIn, passing information. You need to go to
Yes.
schools. You need to go to the schools. That's considered in the sales. It's cold calls, right? We do cold calls. Cold
Yes.
calls. Go into the schools and say, look, I am a motivational speaker. I'm an inspirational speaker. I'm an author. I would love to share my story with the kids and inspire the kids. Okay. Now, sometimes you have to go before a board. They're not going to allow you to just walk in their school, right? So you do that research, but the thing is, you would never know that if you don't make the attempt.
That's right.
So you do that, whether it's a retirement home, or whether it's a university or a job. You do those cold cards. You find out who's the HR, who's the person that bring in guests or speakers, and you call them cold. Okay.
Right.
You send them an email. You give them your resume, or you do the LinkedIn. LinkedIn, people will find you on LinkedIn.
That's the truth.
Right. So these are different ways that I say it's not rocket science, because this stuff is really easy. It's really, all these tools are really there for us. But the thing is that if you don't have a coach, or if you don't have somebody showing you, because people are not going to give this stuff away for free. Let's just be honest, right? People are going to charge you thousands of dollars for some of this, right? And so, yes, are there more to it? Absolutely, right? You got to pay for that. I mean, you got to pay for something. But to get started, it is very, very simple, as long as you have a vision, you believe in the vision, and you take action.
I love it. I was going to say, the believing in a product or believing in your story and how it impacts people is so important. You made me think about the reason why I've never liked telemarketing jobs, sales jobs that just focus on that, because if I don't believe in a product or service, how can I convince somebody else? And it's like, to me, I'm being false. But when you're authentic and you care about the things you share with people and what you're doing, other people receive that. And I think that's so important, because people can see, we can see through people. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, you trying to sell me something. But you're authentic. You share your story. You share the truth about it, the challenges, the failures, the mistakes. People love that, because it lets them know, I can identify with you. Your story resonates with people, and then they want to hear more. And then if you are, if you do have a service where you want to help somebody, then they want to work with you, because they know you have done it. They see your successes, like, hey, help me get to that level. And I think it's so important.
Invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. Some things is going to cost money.
Right.
Zoom, yes, Zoom is free, but so long, if you want to do a Zoom call for over 30 minutes, you have to pay that price.
Exactly.
If you want to get refined, if you want to get better at your skill, you have to get a coach,
right?
If you want to read books, you're going to have to buy books.
Right.
Go to there's things that I've spent $600 on something that really I've learned maybe 2 things, but those 2 things were so valuable. It has launched me so far. Right. I did a consultation with a coach. I paid $100. I'm saying the prices. I mean, I have nothing to hide. I paid $150, right, for just 2 words he said to me. And I'll tell you the 2 words he said. He said, "You are further than you think you are." Those 2 words changed my life. I was in the beginning stage.
Right.
It was almost validation for me. It was somebody from the outside that had nothing to do with me, didn't know anything about me. When he said those 2 words, Cheryl, that thing empowered me, it motivated me, it gave me confidence, and I ran with it.
Wow.
$150 for those few words was well worth it.
Yes.
Invest in yourself.
Wow. So I'm sure that helped you even in your own coaching business, because let's move into the coaching. You also do life coaching, right?
Right. So it's accountability coaching.
Right.
Right. It's like I kind of narrow it down, kind of, because life coaching could go in
A lot of exactly.
Right. So I narrow it down to accountability coaching. Yes, I keep people accountable.
Yes.
To their goal.
Awesome.
They're straight to the point, to their goal. Whatever goals you set forth, I will keep you accountable. I'll walk with you. I'll be there with you. I'll motivate you. Right. And so, yep, I'll keep you accountable to wherever direction that you want to go.
Now that's so important, because I talk like with a lot of the other speakers, the challenges that come along, and sometimes it's hard to stay focused, or things happen in life and sometimes you got to take a break. But just to have a personal cheerleader, somebody along your side, we all need that. I don't care if it's a mentor, life coach, pastor, a consultant, whoever, somebody to kind of move you along, because we all are inundated with a lot of things in this world. And there's so many things that'll tell you, don't do it. But then you can't listen to that. And so you need somebody to motivate you along the way, because sometimes you feel weary. Then you start to have these disbeliefs. One thing leads to another. Then you get the negative core beliefs that you had. Maybe when you was a child, they come back when you're going through something. You're like, forget it. So we need somebody like a Taylor to come along and say, no, we're not. Maybe you can give people strategies. Okay, this is what you're going to do in the meantime, but you're going to pick it right back up on Thursday, and we'll keep it moving. So you need that voice, and you need somebody else to come alongside and kind of, be there for you. So that is so important. I like the strategies that you drop down, just giving the steps that people can take to become, not only for speaking, but for something else, so that is just so important. And that's why I mentioned a lot about writing things down. So we need something we can refer back to, like in case you get too busy and you kind of forget the vision, go back and look at it. I hope you wrote down them strategies that Taylor left with you, so that way you can go back and kind of meditate on it and say, okay, I'm ready to move forward. And he's here to help you. So if anybody out there needs somebody like Taylor to come along their side to really help work with you as a life coach, as an accountability coach, to keep you accountable to your goals and make sure that you accomplish each goal and you achieve what you want to achieve, reach out to him. And he's definitely going to tell you how you can connect with him and how you can, work with him and everything else. Taylor, where's your book? Is it on Amazon?
No, it's not out yet. It's coming out.
And
okay. It's really a secret, but now the cat's out the bag. So it is coming out. It's called The Time Is Now.
Okay.
And I do have a copy.
Okay. Awesome.
But it's coming out, and it will be coming out sometime this summer. I can't release.
Okay, but this year though, that's good.
But this year, definitely this year, in a couple months. Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to that.
It will be out. It'll be on my website.
Okay.
And so stay tuned. My Facebook. So yes. I'm so excited.
You don't have to do just us two talking about your book.
Okay.
I love it. That is so great. Well, congratulations with that project.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. As a matter of fact, something is going to come out in 2 weeks. I'll put that. I'll put that out there.
Okay. But this is what I want people to get. Once you get started, the other doors open. You move into other areas. It may start from speaking, then you writing a book, then you traveling international. I do want you to mention, I wanted to ask you, what was some of your challenges? I don't think I asked you what was your challenges in moving into the speaking and motivational and life coaching business. Any challenges you had besides, I'll let you go ahead and tell it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lonely road. It was a lonely road. I've reached out to some people that was in some top places, right? In the industry. No response, door closing. They will friend me. I'll send them a message. I wasn't asking for any money or, can hook me up or anything like that. I'll just simply ask, and, I'm an inspiring motivational speaker, and, what's an advice that you can give me, right? And so the door slammed. They friend me. They read my message and defriended me, right? And these are people that's on the internet that's doing the same thing I'm doing at a bigger level, right? And so that kind of crushed me, to be honest with you. A lot of frustration, a lot of tears at night. This is the stuff that people don't see, right? They just see, wow, is growing. He's, but they don't see the hurt. People just didn't get me. That's just how I was feeling.
Right.
The support wasn't there. And I just felt like I was on this lonely road. But you know what? I was talking to a friend today. That lonely road that you're on, everybody has to go through it.
Right.
It's almost like it's like doing anything, right? You started a job, guess what? You're the newbie. You have to go through it, right?
Right.
You join the military, guess what? You're gonna get broken down, and then they're gonna build you back up, right? So to go through that process, but going through that process with that pain and those tears made me stronger. Now I can stand in front of thousands of people,
right,
and tell them that I believe in you, and I believe that you can do it without even batting an eye. Right. Because I know for a fact that you can do it, because I did it. I did it alone. I did it. So it helps me. It helps me boost, energize, motivate other people, yes, and give them the courage to right. do it.
Right.
Right. So, that was my struggles. I mean, as far as getting myself out there, it was hard, right? To advertise yourself. How do you build your Facebook, right? How do you build your Instagram? Just different things, and so, now I'm being interviewed. Actually, I joined a talk show that I'm doing for the whole month, right? And so it's just different things that have came my way. And I'm gonna just say this supernaturally. I can't. Right. There's some things that's along your path, right, that there's no steps to take. There's certain things that just happen. Like you said, right, those doors just magically, right, mysteriously opens for right. you, right? And so once you take that action, the thing is, once you put it out there into the right. universe, you put it into the sky, right? Right. There's things that's in motion that you're not gonna see. It's gonna seem like nothing is happening. I'm telling you, I remember those days. It seemed like nothing is happening. Oh, it gets even worse. It seems nothing is happening. Everybody else is elevating but you.
Yes, tell the truth. Tell the truth, Taylor.
Everybody is doing things, and you're like, oh my goodness, I've done this, I've done that. Why is it not happening? For me, to be transparent here, I did not get into motivational speaking until about 2 years, right? And my career in motivational speaking didn't kick off until the end of the end of the first year. Gotcha. The end of the first year, it went slow, and now it has blossomed.
Right.
I mean,
I see.
It has blossomed. You see, right?
I see.
So,
I'm a witness.
I'm on other people's website.
Right.
I speak to school. God has been very, very good to me.
Right.
I must tell you, it's been some frustration. I've been frustrated. I've been angry. I'm just going to be transparent.
Yes,
I've been angry. I've been frustrated. I've cried. Why? It's almost, and I'm not going to say I was mad at God, but I'm going to say that, how can you put this burden? How can you put this passion? And I don't know where to start. I don't even have the tools. Why are you doing this to me?
Right. Right.
Why are you putting me through this?
Right.
And I would be outside at night, and this is my personal prayer, but I'm gonna kind of open up to the viewers.
Yes.
I would go outside at night. It'd be 12 o'clock at night, and I would raise my hand and I would ask God, why are you doing this to me? I need help. I need help. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he just started opening little doors. Now, I didn't just stay there and say, I need help. That was at night, but in the daytime, I would seek other people. I would look on the internet. I will go to different functions, right? I would this is another thing, friend people on Facebook that are doing the things that you are interested in doing, right?
That's right.
So I would do all of these things and surround, and then I started, sending messages to people and, saying, wow, you're doing a good job. And they'll send message back to me, and I'm building a relationship, right?
Right.
If you're here to reach out, I'm going to be straight. If you're scared to reach out to people, maybe speaking is not for you, because that's the whole essence of this business, right? If you are passionate about speaking, right? Now you might be afraid, I get it. You might have butterflies,
Right,
but if
that's
you're
natural.
passionate about it, you got to start somewhere. And starting somewhere, reach out to people, talk to people, tell them they're having a wonderful day. Tell them that to have a powerful day, have a wonderful day. Lift them up, right? Motivate them. And you could do it small, right? You could even have a tag on your emails, right? That says like a powerful message, right?
Yeah.
So because what you want to do, you want to start putting yourself out there slowly, right? I'm not saying go full force unless you're ready and you're gonna just go all out. But you start doing little things and start getting comfortable. But if I can leave the most biggest nugget here, is that you, at the end of the day, whatever you decide to do, you have to own it. And that was the turning point for me.
Right.
I owned this motivational speaking
Right.
that I am. I own it. Once I started owning it, people started believing me, and it scared me.
Right.
This is something I want to do.
Uh-oh.
I feel that I'm going to do. And then I start telling people I'm a motivational speaker. So what do you do? I'm a motivational speaker. Then when people start saying, "Oh yeah, that guy, he's a motivational speaker," I'm like, me?
You're talking about me.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So you got to own it. Yeah.
I think that's how I met you. I think I sent you a message. I
Yep.
saw you posting on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, look at this guy. He's doing something. He got inspirational, motivational speaker. Let me reach out to him, and maybe can. I don't know. It was coming to me about collaboration, and one of my gifts is prophecy, but I don't always mention it. But when the opportunity comes, but it's like God was showing me we're going to do something together. I said, so I had to take action. I had to send you a Facebook message, reached out, and you responded right away. And then me, Taylor, got on the phone. We talked. I'll do Facebook Messenger call and started talking from there. And I'm like, wow, we're going to do something together. And here we are.
Here we go.
Here we are. You'll start, because, like you mentioned before, getting with certain people who do what you're doing, you'll start feeling connected with somebody. And you'll reach out to them, or they may reach out to you. Because like you said, people reached out to me on LinkedIn, on Facebook, all these different social media, or Instagram, even the posts. You mentioned just getting out there, being seen, motivational in your emails. And just putting out motivational posts on social media, that may touch somebody, and they may leave you a direct message and saying, thank you, your post motivated me, made me feel good. You get like little things that happen to kind of confirm you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes,
and keep it going.
absolutely. Yep.
That's what I love. Like, okay,
yep.
All right, I'm going to do this. All right.
Yeah, little things will confirm. You'll get the little things on the way.
Yes.
You might get it big. Like you said, it's not going to come big, but it's going to come little.
Yes.
You know what? I've been holding this for 20 years. And just the topic that you talked about, now I can let it go. You know how powerful that is? You know how scary that is to hear people. I'm getting messages that I'm touching people live and they want to come to my events. And I'm humble.
Right.
I going on this journey, I believe this so much. I believed it with everything in me so much. This is what I want to do.
Right.
Now it has arrived. And people are saying, oh my God, I just have to talk to this guy. I just have to be around this guy. And now it's like, me?
Exactly.
What am I really saying that's really touching these people? But I get it's the fact that it's happening, right? And so now I have to say, wow, it's happening. And now I have a responsibility to continue going. You can't pull out.
That's right.
This is not, you don't dabble and then you just go ghost.
Right.
Like, people's lives are depending on this.
Yeah.
Each and every one of us, like you said, have a story.
Right.
And our story is built for somebody else.
Exactly.
Or for a bunch of other people, right? And so everybody's counting on you.
Yeah.
Even you is counting on you. Right?
Absolutely.
So
you're right. The fear comes, you want to pull back, but it's like you can't. You get to the point where you want to see the outcome, the end result, and just keep it moving. And it does give you life. It gives you life. It gives you the energy to do what you love to do. When you hear how other people were moved by you, and that alone motivates you. It comes back to you. You put it out there in the atmosphere. Motivation comes back to you. Inspiration comes back to you. So that's so great. But before I end, I want you to talk about the broadcast, Hope for the Soul. What is that about? What was that?
Hope for the Soul. So I was on there a little, just a little part. I was a co-host. And
that's big to me. That's big.
and so yeah. So that was that was a project that I was working with Scott and Samina on, and so it was pretty much talking about being triumphant over your adversities, right? The things that really tragedies that have happened in your life and it didn't hold you back, and you moved forward in those over and overcome. So it was something that we found. We sought people that was interested in coming, and sometimes they reached out to us. And we had that talk. But I'm no longer I'm doing that project. I've moved forward, and I want to wish Scott and Samina well, and so I am on my own. I'm doing my own thing. I'm making changes. A matter of fact, when I'm doing Frequency 5 with Karen Carrington on her show, we're talking about stress, right? Because it's stressful time. We go through a lot of stress. I'm working on that, and I'm so excited for that.
Great.
That's other projects that's coming, and I cannot say it. I cannot release it.
I know. Actually, what are you working on next that you can't share with us?
I can't share with you guys. I know that I am also just got booked to go back. They asked me to come back to speak at the retirement home. Is
great.
About 450 people there. That sometimes we leave them out, and we left. We kind of say, oh, what they're they're getting up in age.
They're obsolete. Yeah.
But look, I don't leave anybody out, right?
That's right.
If you have the ears and you got a heart, then I'm gonna speak.
That's right. That's right. Let's take care of our seniors and elders. That's gonna be us one day.
They're important, and you know what? I'm gonna say this. Don't they always say don't sleep on the seniors. Look, the seniors out of experience. Not only that, remember they're retired. You just never know who's sitting in that audience.
That's right.
Okay, you never know who's sitting in that audience that's gonna say something to their kids, and their kids own big corporation, and they want you to come out and be a keynote speaker at one of their corporate jobs. So that's right. And when the opportunity come and the door is open, I'm going through it. That's me. I've told people, and I say this, people have always said, look, the universe have your back. Okay, well, I'm going to test it. Oh, God, never give up on God and, try him. Well, I'm going to try him.
Right.
If the opportunity come, I am testing all of that because I believe that it works.
Right.
I believe it. And if it works for you, it can work for me. So I'm doing it. I am doing it all.
Right.
I'm going. Yes.
Faith is a powerful tool. Got to. Well, Taylor, we wrapping up, but I am glad that you was part of this. Glad to have you took out some time to be one of my speakers, to reach people, to get them inspired. And what I want you to do before you leave is let people know how they can connect with you, or if they want to work with you.
Okay, so if you want to, you could contact me on Facebook. It's Taylor Made Speaks with the S. Taylor Made Speaks on Facebook. And if you want to contact me on IG, it's Taylor Made Speaks. It's the same thing, right? I keep it simple, right? And so if you want to contact me via email, is coach@taylormadespeaks.com. coach@taylormadespeaks.com.
Awesome. All right, people. I know you got a lot out of this. He definitely shared some things that you can write down and keep and go back over again and put everything into action and into motion. And if you need to connect with Taylor, he is available. Utilize every contact that he gave you, email, website, follow him on social media. You know, he's everywhere. I'm telling you, I see stuff he posts every day. I'm like Instagram, Facebook, whatever. He's there. And that's awesome. See, he's being seen, and that's why he's getting these opportunities, because people see him like, oh, like he was intriguing to me. I'm like, I'm reaching out to this brother. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
You was intriguing to me too, because you have a lot on social media. You've been posting. I mean, you have, you know, you do different videos, like, you know, you do your, you know, sometimes you do your Facebook Live.
Right.
You know, I mean, you cannot expect something to happen and you don't produce anything. You don't do anything. Right. You don't take action. It's so hard.
Right.
So you gotta put yourself out there.
That's right. Absolutely. Put yourself out there, people. All right. Thanks again. Thank you guys for tuning in to From the Page to the Stage.